Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm David Van Assche, an Arizona real estate broker. And if you're researching moving or relocating here to the Scottsdale and Phoenix area, this channel is full of videos to help you save a ton of time, money, and effort on your research before coming to live here. Now, hit that subscribe button right now if you're gonna be looking to move or relocate here to Arizona. There's a ton of other videos on that topic that you're gonna wanna come back and look at later. Today, we're gonna be diving into an essential topic for anyone thinking about retiring to Arizona. Buying a retirement home here is a big decision, and there's definitely some common pitfalls that can catch you off guard. So let's talk about the 5 mistakes to avoid when buying a retirement home in Arizona. Let's get started. So the first mistake, which is absolutely crucial if you're planning to finance your new home, look, it's all about timing. So maintaining your W-2 income until after your mortgage approval and home purchase is finalized is incredibly important. Here's the scoop. So lenders and the rules that they are bound by rely on stable income to qualify you for a mortgage or qualify you for better rates and terms. So if you decide to quit your job too early, it can severely impact your ability to get that loan approved. Lenders see stable income as a sign of reliability and financial stability. So if you jump the gun and retire or quit your job before your mortgage and home purchase here is finalized, you might find yourself in a tough spot trying to secure the loan that you need. So to avoid this, you're gonna wanna time your retirement to align perfectly with the home buying process. Make sure your mortgage is fully approved before you say goodbye to your job. This way, you can step into retirement here in Arizona without any financial or hiccups relating to that. So to put it more simply, host your retirement party at your new home in Arizona. I would consider closing on your home, basically consider it an early retirement gift to yourself, then quit your job. So many of our clients have put themselves in a corner on this one. So again, if you're going to be financing the purchase of your home here in Arizona, buying your new home before you retire and quit your W-2 income job is gonna put you at a huge advantage. The second mistake involves logistics of buying before you sell your current home. This actually is such a huge issue that doesn't get talked about enough. And so, look, many people decide not to move at all due to the stress and worry that this situation creates. If like most people, selling your old home, wherever it might be, whether you're coming from Seattle or Denver, Chicago, Montana, whatever, if it's necessary to sell your old home to be able to finance and purchase a new one here, you really need a solid plan. Fortunately, we see this situation all the time, and we also have a great strategy for our clients to solve this. You're gonna wanna buy your new home here in Arizona first with cash. Now look, I realize that most people aren't able to do this if you don't have a bunch of cash available. So there is a solution. I'll talk about that here in a minute. Doing this, obviously, it allows you to focus your attention not on the old house and all the issues that are gonna be going on there as far as packing, decluttering, blah, 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 right? But you get to focus your attention on something a lot more fun, which is neighborhoods, activities, the areas that you wanna live in, the homes themselves. You get to buy the home and move into it. Once you've vacated your old house and moved into the new one, this is gonna make it super easy to make your old home, ready to sell. Which, by the way, we can recommend an agent who can coordinate everything in your wherever you're coming from getting repairs done, new paint, staging, photos, of course, doing the showings and open houses, all of the things, right? But meanwhile, look, you're already enjoying your new home here in Arizona, and you get to mentally, at least somewhat, disconnect from the old one in a more smooth, easier way. Now look, getting back to the whole affording things, I realize that owning 2 homes at the same time isn't possible for most people, so here's our big solution. We've partnered with a specialty mortgage lender who offers a program they call buy before you sell. So basically, this lender is gonna buy for you whatever house you want here in Arizona, and they're gonna allow you to immediately move into it. Since they are buying it all cash, they and we, as your realtor assisting you with the process, can usually get a better price on the home since from a home seller's perspective, a cash buyer is perceived to be better than a buyer who is just using a normal loan. In fact, like in multiple offer situations, a home seller will commonly accept an offer for less money if the buyer is using cash instead of a mortgage to finance the purchase of the home. So in this case, it's possible sometimes to save tens of thousands of dollars on the purchase when buying with cash. So already it's a huge advantage to use this program because they are a cash buyer. Now, fast forward, now you're moved into your new Arizona home and your old home is now, sitting vacant. Maybe some furniture is left in there, something like that. But at this point, it's gonna be really easy for you and your realtor to, of course, and their team to coordinate, a pre-inspection, make repairs, fresh paint, update light fixtures, do photos, showings, open houses, and whatever else is needed to make the home shine and ultimately sell for top dollar. This all happens after you've moved out and moved into your new home. There's nobody in your hair, no stress or issues that are like living in your face. Your family and whoever you're with is able to enjoy the new home. It's really quite ideal. And having this extra space and time really allows your old home to be positioned in the absolute best light and to sell for the most money. It allows you to disconnect the two processes, buying the new home and selling the old one. Instead of it being a big mess and having to try and do both simultaneously, this really allows two things to happen separately so that you can get the best of both worlds. You can buy for less and sell for more because frankly, you're not in the way and it's easy. Now, once your old home is sold and you've got a bank account flush with cash, then you buy your new home back from the lender using any normal traditional mortgage loan. They do charge some rent while you're living in it, so that is the extra expense, but in my opinion, the amount that you save buying with cash and the amount more you make by selling a vacant, positioned home way more than compensates the rent that you would pay for the short-term, amount that you're going to be living there underneath their roof, essentially, right? This is such a big deal that I actually made an entirely separate video on this topic. So click on the link to that video in the description below on this video, or somewhere here on the screen, you can click the link to go check that one out. All right, so next up, let's talk about the importance of considering your proximity to medical facilities. As we age, being close to quality healthcare becomes an increasingly, significant concern. So imagine needing, frequent medical visits and having to travel long distances every time. It can become, a major inconvenience. And so that's why it's essential to research hospitals, clinics, and any specialists in the area that you're considering or that maybe you already need or you think you might need. One of the most common ones we come across, and one of our clients recently, they use the VA medical system as a veteran, which means they have to do all of their appointments at VA clinics or hospitals. Of course, there's some exceptions, but for the most part, this is all centered in different parts of the city of Phoenix. There's some outlying options in Chandler and Gilbert, but long story short, our client didn't want to be more than 20 minutes away from his appointments, so that really narrowed down some of the key areas that we started looking for homes together in. Other considerations include the traffic getting to and from areas. So make sure you take the time to look into the healthcare options in the area that you're considering, or maybe just work backwards. Which healthcare options are available to you based on your insurance or how you're paying for it. So in the VA case, it's fairly limited, but there's multiple hospital systems, so you're gonna wanna figure out once you live in Arizona, what kind of health insurance are you going to have and which hospital systems are you connected to that you can use? And then you can contact us and we can help backtrack that to determine or help you determine some areas that fit around that criteria. All in all, it could make a huge big difference in your day-to-day living and overall well-being, just having the best neighborhood and location possible to fit those kinds of things. So the fourth mistake is not planning for future mobility needs or buying a home with features you're not likely going to want or need long-term. So it's important to consider homes that will accommodate your changing needs as you get older, right? So everyone instinctively knows they want a single-story home, but what about wider doorways or hallways, walk-in showers, and any other kind of features that make your life so much easier, if and when a time comes that you just can't get around the same anymore. I would think about future-proofing your home to allow you to, age in place comfortably. You're gonna wanna make sure that your home's gonna continue to meet your requirements as you get older. And sometimes that's hard to think about, and maybe you haven't thought about it that clearly. Something that a lot of people, forget or don't think too clearly about when they get caught up in the excitement of shopping for homes here. So big one there. And then another one, let's call it, an overbuy, is swimming pools. Now, this isn't true for everyone, but definitely it's true for most people that we've worked with. The allure and attraction to having a pool in your backyard at your new house is obvious, right? It's beautiful, it's fun. But what's not so, obvious possibly is how things typically play out over time. A pool might be used heavily, your first summer here. It's exciting, it's hot, it's new. Your friends and family are excited. They're gonna come down and hang out with you here in Arizona, enjoy, hanging out, swimming, maybe some grandkids or people just wanna hang out in the pool. That's what it's all about. But the next year comes and it's still busy-ish, but it's a little bit less than before, maybe, over some weekends here and there, 4th of July. Still enough that makes you think, yeah, okay, this makes sense. But once you get to your 3rd or 4th year, maybe 2 or 3 days in the pool, and then basically after that, like never again is kind of the word. So I've helped so many people sell their home with a swimming pool who told me that they literally have not been in it for 5 or 10 years. Meanwhile, the pool guy shows up every week to clean it, add chemicals, make repairs to the pumps and valves. The reality is, for most people retiring here in Arizona, they end up not using the pool, and it turns into a money pit that either you have to spend a bunch to get rid of it, or more likely you end up selling the home and finding another one without a pool, or you just end up paying for pool service for something that you never ever use. You may feel differently, especially right now, but my experience and observations say that this is true for most people retiring here. So a lot of communities have really nice resort style pools and spas that are owned and maintained by the HOA. That way you don't end up having to deal with it yourself, but you get all the benefits of having a beautiful pool area in your neighborhood or next door, basically, to enjoy when you or your guest want it. Mistake number 5 involves overlooking the local social and recreational opportunities. This comes down to, what do you like to do for fun? Do you like shopping? Do you like going out for meals and dinners? To like a wide variety of different restaurants? Do you play pickleball or tennis? Do you like the country club lifestyle and golf? Do you bicycle or hike? I think that social interaction and recreation in general is really, well, in addition to obviously the warm, beautiful, dry weather, it's one of the biggest reasons and benefits that people desire and get when moving here. So make sure you research local clubs, recreation centers, hiking and biking trails and the systems that are set up around that. And any other activities that you enjoy. A vibrant, social scene is, it can significantly improve your quality of life. Maybe you're not as busy anymore with work and normal, things that you've been doing before. Look, as a local real estate broker, me and my team, we know the ins and outs of this. So consider this your sign to call me, shoot me a text message, send me an email, connect so that we can begin to help you with your research. Whether that's figuring out where to be, neighborhoods, what are the best spots based on what you'd like to do. And of course, once you're ready, we can help, assist with the finding of the actual home and getting, leading and guiding you through all that process, right? It can be quite complicated sometimes. Lastly, let's discuss the importance of investigating tax implications and maximizing benefits, such as setting up a living trust. More than 80% of our clients moving here put their home into a living trust to protect their asset, but also to minimize tax burdens through inheritance or other considerations. So if you need a good, local CPA who's been in the business a long time, reach out to me. I'll connect you to someone who can answer those kinds of questions based on your exact financial situation. Sometimes that might mean, a financial advisor that you already work with can talk with a CPA here in Arizona and come up with a plan to help streamline and, save you some costs and ultimately make that a little bit easier. Not that, anything can be fixed, but it's always better to plan in advance and do it right the first time. So there you have it, folks. These are several mistakes to avoid when buying a retirement home in Arizona. And by keeping these tips in mind, you'll be, well on your way to a smooth and enjoyable retirement here in Arizona. And again, as full-time real estate brokers and agents, my team and I are here to assist you with, your relocation, including, finding you a competent agent to assist with your old home, proper lenders to fit your situation for, financing anything that you need to purchase here, a full support staff here in Arizona to help you find and ultimately, lead and guide you to that relocation and move here to Arizona. So look, even if you're 12 to 18 months out from a potential move this direction, reach out now and talk with us about your situation, your plans and goals, so we can work together to make that move as smooth as possible, low stress and as low cost as well. So good planning ultimately results in a lot easier transition to moving here. If you have any questions or need personalized advice, again, don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button on our channel and come back and watch all the other videos for more valuable insights and information on living your best life here in Arizona. And until the next one, guys, take care.